Okay, sports fans, we're coming to you from Grandpa's Den of Iniquity, meaning that this is where all my airplanes and several of my guitars and other unmentionables are here that we can't mention. This is our new permanent home of Grandpa's Hobby Garage. So tonight, we're bringing a special boot to you. A Lucchese.
A Lucchese?
A Lucchese. When you think of Lucchese boots, what do you think of, Adam?
Expensive.
Expensive. And probably the oldest boots, continuous running boots. When I started to study boots, everybody would talk about Lucchese's. They were the benchmark that people would compare their boots to. And you know what I found me?
What?
A pair of Lucchese's that wasn't too bad a price. This is the Lucchese Charles with a 1+4 toe. Or as some people like to refer to it as a French toe, but after the French Olympics and those stupid people, I don't want to call it a French toe. I want to call it a 1+4 toe.
All right.
And that's what they say on the website. We'll show you that. But this one here is a black cherry, or black cherry cable with a Cordovan top. It's got built-in cord sewn into the top like this, even in the poles. And it's got a full vamp across the top. It does have the split counter, but they've done a beautiful job on the counter and lining it up. And these boots are expensive new. These are as expensive boots as I got. But a black cherry Charles. So you want to look at the specs?
Yeah.
I don't think the pictures here do the boot justice. Do you?
No, the pictures seem too flat. It's got a nice rich depth.
Just feel that. I want you to hold that. Look how that thing's made. You want to look down the shaft eventually? Aren't those a beautiful boot, though? Just everything about them is just, I don't know. Lucchese's are like the Cadillac of the American-made boots, I think.
Yeah.
Now, you're going to find a lot of boutique boots, and Lucchese's are almost on a boutique level, but you can find Lucchese's around. So I don't want to say they're custom-made boots like a lot of guys are coming up. And since I've been doing research on cowboy boots, I found out there's probably thousands of boutique custom-made boot makers that everybody swears are the best.
Yeah.
But I think a lot of people acknowledge when you buy a Lucchese, you buy a great boot. All the tick marks, Adam.
Yeah, let's run through them.
Okay. Full vamp. Real leather soles. Real stacked leather heels. It does not have a one-piece counter like I would expect on a $1,000 boot, or a $900 boot, but that's okay. They did a good job on it. Makes up for it on the shaft. It's made in the USA, of course. And I say, of course, because they're Lucchese's. There's genuine premium Cayman in there. So that's a good boot. And it's been nailed together with the brass and lemon wood pegs. It's got the very soft cast-in lining on the inside.
How's it feel to wear?
They feel like gloves. These are probably the most comfortable boots I have. And I'm not exaggerating. I got a lot of comfortable boots. I really only wear these to church. And I feel like I'm floating on air.
Are they luxurious?
They're luxurious boots to wear. And they're sure sexy to wear. I haven't seen any of the sisters of my church throw themselves at me yet because I'm wearing the Casey's boots. I'm waiting for that to happen. Anyway, what do you think?
They look fantastic.
I think these are probably the best boots I got.
Yeah, I think I'd probably agree with you. I love a good black cherry boot. I love the corded shaft.
I've got one more black cherry. I got a pair of Teju
Lizards and black cherry.
black cherry, but they're used and they're nothing like these.
Yeah. Yeah, they just look fantastic. How do they compare to other Caymans?
Well, that's a great question. I just so happen to have a couple here. Can you believe that?
You know, I might be able to.
Okay, this is a Tecovas Cayman. They're both size 13s. And look at the difference, the way they just sit.
Yep.
Your vamp is higher. Well, these are roper style, so we're going to have to say.
Yeah, a little bit of an apples to oranges, but
Yeah. I don't have any other Caymans that are not ropers, except for these. I'm going to sell off I put some zippers in 2 pair of ropers. I have a pair of midnight and a pair of wheat-colored ropers that I'm going to sell off to replace. I'm going to replace them because I don't want the zippers in them. So I'm only buying cowboy boots now. I don't buy ropers anymore either because, frankly, the roper style kind of gets hung up in your pants sometimes, where the cowboy style doesn't. But anyway, I think the Tecovas makes a good boot. These are half again more. The retail on these are $900, $895, where the retail on these are $645 now, and I paid $595 for them because these are 2 or 3 years old. But these are good. These have the multi-piece counter on, but they do have just the one piece of amp that goes, and then of course it's got a plain shaft on it, a 10-inch shaft, where this has, I think, a 12-inch shaft on it. So how do they compare? I think they're superior.
yeah. Yeah, I think so too.
I have another pair. Did I bring another pair? Oh, now this is kind of cool. These are large scale alligator.
All right.
So now we have 2 Cayman and they have an alligator. Now this is a Tecovas boot again, and this retails for the same price. No, these retail for $100 more.
Then
Retails
the
on
Lucchese.
yeah, these retail for $9.95, and the Lucchese retails for $8.95. And so, but I still think the Lucchese looks like a better boot.
I agree.
This is alligator. These large scales I think are great, but these are these small tight scales, and they call this ultra Cayman, meaning that ultra or premium Cayman. So I think that's because maybe they use a smaller, look at even the difference in the size of the scale that they use. See, these are a little bit smaller than that. So I don't know. I just think these are a wonderful boot, and I think the quality is better. Now, like I said, these retail for $600. These retail for $900. No, 1,000. Okay, let me get this straight. These retailed for $645 now. I paid $595 for those. These retail for $995. I bought them on a last call, and I'm not going to tell you what I'm going to pay for them in case I want to sell them later.
All right.
I paid $450 for them.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I cannot tell a lie.
That's pretty cheap.
Yeah, half price, to tell you the truth, a little less than half price. And I bought these used, but they were lightly used, and I paid, I think, $350 for those.
Wow.
Which is almost as good a steal as me buying those full cool ostriches for $100. But not much really going on the shafts on these two, to tell you the truth.
Yeah, I really appreciate the Lucchese shaft, especially when you're talking about $1,000 boot.
Yeah.
You want a good solid shaft that matches the colors. One of my pet peeves in boots is when you've got a shaft that clashes with the coloring of the vamp.
Yeah.
And that's definitely not the case here.
Yeah, this is Cordova.
Now, there is another Cayman that we love. Josh's Williams.
Oh, those Williams. Should I go see if I can snag those?
Go see if you can snag.
Okay, sports fans. Okay, sports fans. Look what magically appeared. The Williams. I'm so sorry. This is the reigning champ. Haven't we always said that this is the best looking boot we got?
Mm-hmm.
Unfortunately, it's not mine. It's Josh's, and this is the reigning champ. We've always said that this is the best looking boot that we have, and I think we got a contender here. What do you think?
Yep, I think it wins. I think the Lucchese is my new favorite boot.
I don't think you're wrong. I think, don't get me mistaken, this is a beautiful boot.
Mm-hmm.
I think this is by far the best looking boot that Tecovas has put out. And they have extreme detail, one piece counter, but they use, look at, that's a beautiful counter on there. It's got a nice marbling effect I mean, he's got a little scratch on there, but that is just nothing but a good looking boot. And then we have the Lucchese.
Yep.
Here we pull it in. It's got just a smooth, the way it's built, and it doesn't have a one-piece counter, but they did a great job on it. And it just, I think it wins. If I had to pick between the two, I think I'd pick the Lucchese. Now this is the closest thing to a square toe that I own.
All right.
You know, so
yeah.
I'm not saying this is a square toe. It's not a French toe.
Nope.
Let's get that straight. It's what Lucchese called a 1+4 toe. And when you buy a Lucchese boot or get one on IQ, you pick what sort of toe you want on them, you know, because they custom make it for you. And so another one's a 7+4, and you come over here, they got all sorts of them. An R+4, and this one happens to be the 4+1, which is the semi-square toe like that. But it's not enough square toe that I worry about it, since I'm not a square toed wearing person. Anyway, that's it. I think we got the two best boots that we have available. Now, we don't have your boot yet here.
We haven't reviewed my boot.
That's going to be a contender.
All right.
So,
but it's interesting that Cayman ranks so high for us. Of all the different exotic boots, it seems like maybe 3 out of the top 4 are Cayman.
You're not wrong. I don't know why. And it's not because they're the most expensive either.
No, you know, I mean, the Lucchese is one of the more expensive, but that's because it's Lucchese.
Yeah, you're paying for the name there, right? Too.
But the Alligator is just as expensive or more expensive, but we would still pick the Cayman above.
Yeah, yeah. I like the tighter square scales. You know, the tighter scale where that Alligator goes. These are both Tecovas boots, by the way. All right, sports fans. You got anything else, Adam, you want to say?
Nope. New reigning champ.
Yeah, new reigning champ.
Lucchese Charles.
The Lucchese Charles. Now, that's out of my 51 boots. There's our lineup tonight of crocodilians. And as we know, the genus for any sort of scaled, ugly lizards that resemble alligators or crocodiles, I call crocodilians. But this is Ultra Cayman, according to Lucchese. That's just a damn good looking Cayman boot from Tecovas. That's they think they call it a Louisiana giant alligator. And then this is just your standard Tecovas Cayman boot. Without further ado, subscribe, damn it. Bye.